Hello and welcome to the Tune Terraces. Obviously, we've got the familiar face of Jack, and obviously of course Duncan, and this is going to be our preview for the PSG game. We'll have a look at the PSG side. It's probably going to be a lot more harder to look at that side and seeing who's going to start compared to who's going to start from Newcastle. But we'll certainly have a look there. Well, I'll tell you what we'll start with. We'll start and just have a little look back at the Chelsea game. Thankfully, I don't really think we picked up any knocks from then. But obviously, the news that came out of that game was early on was that Willock's out with the recurrence of an Achilles issue. So, got a feeling he's going to be out longish term. And obviously, it also looks like Sean Longstaff's still not going to be fit. So we're down to the bare bones. First question, and we'll go with you, Duncan. Did you expect that result?
No, absolutely not. So every home game that I go up to, I obviously put an obligatory bet on. But at the moment, this season, I'm up more than I'm down because we're getting results like that. So yeah, I was expecting either a draw or a close Chelsea win. So yeah, great. Another fantastic night. Well, it wasn't night, was it? Felt like night. It's dark and cold, but it was only 4:00 in the afternoon. But yeah, another great result for us, and against a team that, when it comes down to the end of the season, are going to be fighting for our Champions League place. So Tottenham lost, we beat Chelsea. Man United won, so fair enough, but we got them next. So if we can turn over Man United, out of the three that are going for that, or the four that are going for that fourth place, Man United, Chelsea, Tottenham, Newcastle, at the moment, we're top dog, aren't we?
Well, if you look at it, I think Spurs lost, Arsenal won, Man U won, Man City and Liverpool drew, Villa won. Mm-hmm. So when you're looking at that sort of area in that sense, it is getting quite tight. I'm still one of those ones of, look, if we finish in the top 4 or 5, then great. But yeah, as long as we finish in European football, I think that's just the biggest thing for us.
Yeah.
Given the fact that we are still where we are, we're still around, I think, 7th after the Man U win. Thanks, Everton. I'm going to rely on you for anything. Is probably surprising given the amount of injuries we've had this season. It's very rare that we've had a full quarter in terms of available players. So, Jack, we'll go with you as well there. Was there anything that surprised you about Saturday?
Yeah, obviously the actual scoreline, because I said 2-2, didn't I? So, yeah, scoreline surprised us. But, no, I thought it was a fantastic performance, to be honest. I think, looking at the bench, you were like, right, if we're losing or drawing after like 70 minutes-ish, we have no one on this bench who can come and change this game around. So, that was brilliant to have the players perform so well. Joe Linton obviously missed that absolute sitter, but then he made up for it by getting to within 4 yards of the goal and then hitting it as hard as anyone's ever hit a football into the back of the net, running off. That was great. But Lewis Smiley was fantastic as well, wasn't he? 17, gets that ball on the edge of the box. The whole of St. James's Park is like, shoot, and he just picks out a lovely pass for Isak, and Isak in the box. He's lethal, isn't he? He's never going to miss that. So Miley was brilliant. Gordon just keeps getting better and better. He probably wasn't even had one of his better games. He got a goal and an assist. And it was brilliant to see Lascelles got a goal.
Yeah, it was probably like an average game for Gordon. Yeah, he didn't have to do anything special. He was just sort of like, yeah, it's fine. I'll just do what I need to do. And obviously you mentioned with the Lascelles goal, beautiful ball in from.
Oh, what a ball! What a
ball! Yeah. It was basically just Lascelles just says, "Thank you very much." Bang.
Yeah. No, it was great to see Lascelles get a goal. He's been fantastic since he came back into the team. With Botman, and he's always been good in the air. He has always been good in the air.
See, that was his masterclass. He was just like
top class header.
It was like I'll just like lull Chelsea into a false sense of security that I'm not really that good at scoring because I haven't done it in a while yet.
Yeah. And then pops up, bang, yeah.
Because Isak was not that far next to him, so I think a lot of Chelsea defenders were trying to focus on Isak.
Yeah.
Not thinking, I need to watch out for big Jamal. And like I said, it was just one of those clinical ones where he just had to just like glance at basically. It wasn't even.
Yeah.
It seemed like obviously we're looking at the fourth goal. Gordon didn't even have to like put the power in. It was sort of like he stroked it in. It felt like an age, like rolling into the back.
Yeah. Lovely pass by Miggy as well. Little outside of the left foot through ball for him.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
nice pass.
And I said even Miggy didn't really have to do that much. Still did obviously some good things. Like I said, for me, I was just so impressed with Lewis Miley.
Yeah.
For 17 years old to have that composure that he did in the midfield. I actually thought, and I will say, I thought Bruno had a really, really good game. He seemed to boss that midfield. And again, like I said, didn't I say when the Brazilian boys go blonde, put your money on
I know.
scoring.
They step it up, don't they? They step it up. I don't know what it is, but
they do. It's just that it's that peroxide. It seems to just give them that that bit of a boost. Even if, and like I said, people will say, "Oh, it was a mistake by Thiago Silva." Yeah, it might have been, but it came as a result of the pressing that we were doing.
Joe Linton talked about that in his interview, didn't he? After the game, he said, Eddie Howe says that pressing is basically another attacker, and he's absolutely spot on. It was through relentless pressing from their kickoff, they couldn't get out their own half, and then Thiago Silva makes the mistake, and then I just love that finish from Joe Linton. Like there was no need for him to hit it that hard. He just absolutely smashes it in from like 4 yards.
Yeah,
it was probably the frustration because he had obviously missed, I think, a couple.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, that header in the first half, which you were like, Which I'm not going to criticize him because I actually think it's probably a harder header to probably get on target than people are thinking. It's
probably harder than the Dortmund one that he missed.
Yeah.
So,
but it's just like that, and like you said, when you're looking at the fact that what was it? I think the stats that Chelsea's bench was worth over £200 million. Ours was £15 million.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And when you're looking at basically Matt Ritchie, isn't it? Basically. So
yeah, that's that is it. Yeah, and you say, what was it? Okay, well, you're bringing on Mudryk, we're bringing on Matt Ritchie. Yeah. You're bringing on Armando Broja, we're bringing on Michael and Dweeney. But I'm going to say, watching him, he's got some pace.
Yeah.
He could be a player that, if you're trying to catch, and this is where I'm going to say against Man U, if they've got that centre back partnership of Maguire and Evans, could be worth it, especially towards the end of the game.
High him on, yeah,
exactly. It was nice to see them getting a run out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd say
your boy Murphy got a run out as well, didn't he? So
yeah. But unfortunately, he's not able to play tomorrow because he's ineligible because he only came, I think, was at the beginning of this season. So which is stupid. It's like, how many rules do you need to have like in the Champions League? It's like, oh, you need 4 such and such. You need 8, and it's just like, but there's not really much you can do. Obviously, we're going to be facing Killian tomorrow, which I'm not that bothered about, because if he had a similar game that he had up at St James's Park, but we're fine because he's going to be quiet. I said, if we just try and sort of like upset him and rough him up a little bit and like not give him that much time and space on the ball, he'll just go in the huff. If he doesn't get it the way that he wants, he goes missing. He doesn't want to play. Obviously, they are missing their probably their best player,
Zai Emery. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So obviously that's a big bonus for us, but and we're going to see a different PSG side to what we.
Well, they're not going to play 4-2-4 again. Let's be absolutely deadly serious. They're not going to play that again. They'll probably play a 4-3-3, I think. And it'll be either Muani or Gonzalo Ramos up front, Ousmane Dembele on the right, Kylian Mbappe on the left. That'll probably be their front three. In midfield, got Ugarte, Fabian Ruiz potentially might play instead of Zaire Emery. Vitinha, who played for Wolves for a bit, so now he's at PSG. And then, of course, I think the back five kind of picks itself, really. Apart from Kempembe is back in training, so I don't know if they might start him instead. But
who they got in goal? Keylor Navas.
Donnarumma.
Oh, Donnarumma. Right.
Yeah, Donnarumma in goal.
Not a great team, really. Not a great team.
No.
Well, one or two players, but I mean, they all hate each other, so they're not going to play together, are they? So
yeah, I see that. I think they're a different team at home in the Champions League. They've won both the home games already. So,
yeah,
but they've lost.
I'm not expecting a Newcastle win. I think we need things to go our way, and I think possibly AC Milan to lose, and then us to beat AC Milan. So even if we lose tomorrow, as long as AC Milan lose and then lose against us, then I think that'll get us into Europa League. But it was never going to be easy. So just enjoy it whilst you can, because you don't know when it's going to be taken away. Could be tomorrow. Could be whenever the AC Milan game is.
Or we just win both games.
Possibly, but not likely, is it? Really, PSG. I don't know. I can see them doing it sort of 2-3-0.
Oh, so we're still not going to score an away goal in the Champions League. Oh,
yeah. I can't. It'd be great. It might, but it's PSG, and like you just said, they've won both the home games. They're not. They're a good team. They're a very, very good team. We've got a lot of injuries, so I think as long as it's, enjoy it. But I don't. It's the game that we wanted to go into, not having to win. If we'd have beaten Borussia at St James's, we could have gone into this and enjoyed it, and no pressure. If we lost, we lost. It didn't really matter. But now that we've lost that game, if we lose this game, it's real kind of backs against the wall, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think the Dortmund games are the ones, weren't they? It was like make or break the group after you beat PSG at home. You've got a point from Milan away. If you take even 2 points from Dortmund at home and away, you've still got, a relatively good chance of maybe end on 10 points if you nick a draw in Paris. So, they were probably the results that have ended. I certainly don't think Newcastle are going to finish in the top 2 anymore. I think that's ended them hopes a bit ended.
No, if we can beat Milan and St James's, we'll finish third. But
then I think that's the aim, to be honest. Like, we've got to hope Milan don't win tomorrow against Dortmund. Basically, that's basically what we need.
All for Dortmund, 100%.
Yeah. Dortmund's even a draw wouldn't be the end of the world. I think it puts Milan on 6 points. So what we would then say, we do lose to PSG, then they obviously only need a draw, but Newcastle at home, I'd back Newcastle at home to beat AC Milan.
Yeah, agree.
To get that third position. I think that's what it's about now. It's about just making sure we're in Europe in some way. I don't think the top 2 is going to happen. So
no way.
Third spot.
Europa League, and then we'll get a lovely 2-legged affair against West Ham. Yeah, that'll be my European tour just down the road to Stratford.
That's good. I'll be all right. Works out for the London mags, that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now here's the question: do we go unchanged, or does Lewis Hall get a spot?
Whoever's fit plays. Whoever's going to run their legs off plays. You just got to smash them up. I say to Lewis Hall, who's going to play instead? Livramento.
Yeah.
Depends, because if Gordon's not 100% fit, you might have to put Lewis Hall or Livramento on the left wing and play them both.
We had to do that in Dortmund, didn't we? We played Livramento on the right wing in the first half. So,
well, Livramento actually moved to the left wing in the second half, I think, when Alex Murphy came on.
Yeah, against Chelsea
Um,
towards the end. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
He just play everywhere.
he does. He's like right back, right mid, centre.
Yeah.
But again, I will say so impressed with him as playing left back.
I think if we played 3 goalkeepers on the bench against Chelsea, didn't we?
Yeah. It's 3 goalkeepers on the bench.
You know,
I
was begging
guarantee
for him to bring on Gillespie, the goalkeeper, and stick him on the right wing. So we got Gillespie on the right wing again, but didn't happen. I'd have had Gillespie on the right wing. Can't remember what number he was. 18? Was he 18? I think he was 18, wasn't he, Keith Gillespie?
Oh, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. But no, the simple fact is, the guarantees we're not going to have. Well, actually, we're probably going to have a worse bench.
Yeah, it'd be worse.
Because Matt Ritchie's not eligible. Kraft's not eligible.
Yeah,
I don't think Gillespie's eligible.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
So straight away, you're now down to 2 keepers on the bench. I believe obviously Alex Murphy is not eligible, and I think, or is it Diallo isn't eligible as well?
Yeah. Yep.
Who's the youth player, the striker?
Well, Ben Parkinson will be there. It was Ndwini who came on Saturday, and like you just seen the pace that he had, and you're going, I'll tell you what, yeah, he's got.
You see the young lad who's scoring all the goals in the under whatever's the under 20s or under 16s or something.
Well, he does sometimes score, but I think you're looking at Diallo does quite decent. I think Ben Parkinson does. It's just when you look at that, we've got some decent young players coming through now. And obviously, especially the fact when you look at the fact that Lewis Miley is going to be making his Champions League start debut.
Yeah, he is surely gonna start, isn't he? There's just I can't say unless we play a Hall in midfield, but
no. Lewis Miley is going to start.
Yeah,
but as someone says, when you think of it, was it Lewis Miley was 13 when lockdown happened?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
and I think
2019 he was 13.
And wasn't it he'd just been born when Shiva had his testimonial?
Yes, a month after or something like that.
Yeah, and you look at that and you just go, well, it makes me feel old because I'm like, I was old enough to be at the testimonial. But no, it's like if this is what this lad's like at 17, then Christ knows what he's going to be like when he's like grown a couple of years, because he is some talent.
Yeah, no, it's obviously early days, but you've got to base it on what you've seen so far. And I think the most impressive thing is football brain. You know, a lot of young players aren't really switched on. You know, like as a rule, usually that's what they learn. But he looked like he'd been playing in the Premier League for 10 years. It was ridiculous. He was up against Enzo Fernandez,
and for the second time.
Yes, who I don't think has had a few good games for Chelsea, but certainly don't think he's lived up to his price at all.
No, but he's been one of the better players. Yeah. Since.
But Miley was better than him.
I know he did. Better than him. Well, that was the thing. Miley did it in the friendly game in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And then he's just done it again. So it's like, well, hang on, this isn't a one-off. This lad.
Yeah.
Yeah. He knows he's basically got no fear. I think that's the thing now. He's got no fear. He just comes on and goes, yeah, well, yeah, right, it's fine. So what? Yeah.
Mm.
And he looked fit as well, didn't he? Like for 17, you might think they might not be fully physically developed or maybe not have the stamina. But
I think he might need to. I do think he might need to just bulk up just a tad, just because I think there was one point where he was in the box and that, but he did just get muscled off it.
Yeah,
where you just if you just get that little bit of sort of like strength built into you, then that's that last one. To be fair, I was just like, just give it to Miley, just give Miley a chance to score. Come on, it was like that would have really like topped off a cracking.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's just one of those one. it's one of those things where people are going, "Oh, I can't see Isak playing all 3 games," and I'm going, "I'm not being funny, but he's going to have to."
He's going to have to. He's going to have to at least start them all, isn't he?
That's the thing. I think Eddie thought of him and then took him off quite early.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in the Chelsea one, I think he'll probably do the same thing. He'll be like, "Right, you're starting, but if we get either way, either we're in front or we're losing, poorly." And either way, it's just like, well, look, we'll just take it off. The one benefit probably is the fact that obviously we're playing on Tuesday, and then it's not until Saturday evening when we're playing Man U. So that's a bit of a bonus there. And then after that one, I don't think we face Everton until the Thursday.
Yeah.
So there's a fair gap, shall we say, in that it's not like Wednesday, Sunday, Wednesday. Yeah, there's a bit of a break in between that. So fingers crossed, hopefully. This is probably going to be quite a short one because obviously we don't really have the option to go and, who we're going to play and who we're going to play. Yeah, unless Eddie surprises we're all. You can just imagine that it's like, Eddie
plays Jason Tyndall.
I've said
Eddie,
that,
Eddie in midfield, yeah.
Eddie in midfield, yeah.
And Mad Dog in the centre of defence,
yeah.
And Graham Jones is one of those bullying centre forwards.
That's what I want to see, isn't it?
Yeah, I can see maybe like worst case scenario, we're down to like 10 men, but not because of a red card, just because we don't have the players, we don't have the bench, and it might see Gillespie on the right wing, or we might see Lloris playing in midfield or something. Yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting 90 minutes for sure.
But it's one of those ones of what's to say that one of the youngsters doesn't come on and actually have an absolute blinder. Yeah, these are the things that can happen. Yeah, it's not necessarily beyond the realms of possibility. Look at that time we went to Man City with, was it Rolando Aarons and Harris Rukic or something in the side?
Ryan Taylor and holding midfield. I remember that.
Exactly, and we ended up coming away 2-0 winners in that. So
yeah,
these things can happen. Look at what we did against Man U. Yeah, we took a C team to Old Trafford and we came away winners. So yeah, it could be that thing of PSG underestimate us because I know there might be like
they're not going to anymore. Not this time.
No, I think they probably wouldn't have if we'd still had like a strong enough contingent like we did in the home game. But even this is not part of
the starting 11 we can put out is still, it's still very good, and it's not that far away from the one that started the PSG game. So the home match. So yeah, I just don't think they're going to underestimate us. I think the atmosphere is going to be red hot. I can't see. I said this one from literally the start when we were. This was the only game I was like, we'll probably definitely lose this one, just because PSG at home are very, very strong. Players like Mbappe seem to thrive off that home crowd. So, and he got it wrong, Enrique, that first time. He tried to play 4 strikers because he worked out that Newcastle pressed with their whole back 4 high up the pitch. If we can win it in midfield and just dink it over the top, and then we're in on goal. And it didn't work out like that. They're not going to do that anymore. The match was up 4-3-3. They'll probably have most of the ball for the majority of the game. That doesn't matter, of course, if we defend well. But I think they'll get an early goal, and I feel like that might just be the end of it, to be honest.
Yeah,
it's just one of those ones of. Yeah, I think we just need to get this one out the way.
Yeah.
We also just need to hope that we're relying on Dortmund to do what they need to do against Milan.
Yeah.
Because like I said, if Milan win, then that's, I think, it over.
I think that's it. I think that's it. If we lose, then that'll be officially it over. I think. Milan have 5 points, so yeah.
Well, we'll have 4, so
yeah, they'd be on 8 if they win.
Yeah. So which is one of those ones we've got to hope. Yeah, whatever happens with Dortmund.
Yeah.
get something from that.
Yeah, because Milan at home by that point, it's a couple of weeks into December. Hopefully, a few players are back. Hopefully Longstaff's back at least. Maybe Barnes, someone back.
Yeah. Any of the
Botman.
11. Anyone that we paid 40 million
Yeah,
for.
maybe Botman. Yeah. Maybe
Wilson
Botman.
actually.
Oh, I don't know. Seems like he's out for 6 weeks.
I don't know because he sort of like didn't like necessarily say that he was. Like there was a hint that he wasn't necessarily out for as long as.
No, I suppose I'm just based off what the reports. To be fair, what I've seen. So.
I know. Well, it's one of those things. Obviously, Murph's is going to be out for a while, don't you? One thing which I did love on the match cam is his and Gordon's little sort of like handshake thing that they did.
And Miggy had a handshake with Miggy as well.
Oh, see, Mickey's just he's just like a little kid that you just he's just like so. But I will also say, just obviously before we wrap up there, the one thing which I absolutely loved was the amount of focus that was being put on in the celebrations for Lewis Miley.
Yes, I thought it was that showed the team spirit, didn't it? I thought, like Isak scores. He's been out for a few weeks. Could easily run off celebrating himself, but he turns around, points at Miley. Miggy comes over, points at Miley, and then all the players were hugging Miley, weren't there? Instead, like Lascelles had a word with him and everything. So
yeah, I think there's also pictures towards the end where Lascelles is like put his arm around Diallo and that, and probably
I
done.
saw
So,
that. Yeah.
So it does just show that, and then obviously Bruno at the end of the game on Instagram was like really sort of like singing the praises of Lewis Miley, and I think was it he said in an interview,
so fun.
Look, for what he's doing at 17-year-old is amazing. At a 17-year-old, I was excuse the word shit.
Yeah.
So it is just like oh, you've got who cares? We still love you, Bruno. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
No, but again, I think that's one thing I will say. If Miley plays tomorrow in midfield, which he surely is going to, he couldn't probably have two better midfield partners. You've got Bruno, who's going to, try and dictate things, and then you've got Joe Linton, who will be running around protecting Miley by just smashing into people. So,
yeah, like if anyone tries to hurt Miley, he'll just go, bam.
Because Joe Linton looked a bit back to his best against Chelsea. I don't think he's been at his best this season, but he seemed more his battering ram self.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I think it was.
He also clotheslined Reece James.
That was it. Oh, that was the van where they use Chelsea a bit like the Arsenal fans using the still image.
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, should have been saying, oh, well, no, because it wasn't. It was out like that. Yeah, maybe use the video if you're gonna have your argument rather than that. But Reece James just goes to show. Look, he was the captain. He got booked for kicking the ball away.
A few Chelsea players got booked for kicking the ball away.
Yeah, Sterling did as well.
Yeah. So...
Which I'm going to say, well done to the ref, because there's been quite a few games where players have kicked the ball away and the ref's done nothing, and you're like, OS. But no, it was good, and like I said, for him to have been booked for that, and then to put that foul and say, see, this is where you need to learn. If you're going to be captain of your side, and obviously they were losing at the time, it's like you need to be a little bit more braver than that. Yeah. If Gordon gets in, then hopefully you've got the other defenders to get him. But I thought what he did was stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a lazy foul more than anything. Obviously, kicking the ball away, but then after that, it's just a lazy foul on Gordon. It's just like, yeah, I can't bother to chase after him. I'm just going to pull him back.
Yeah.
So.
Maybe he wanted sent off. Maybe he's like, I've had enough. It's cowards.
It did feel like once the third goal went in, their heads totally just went. Man.
And he was like,
Pochettino had a proper go at them, didn't he, in his press conference? So
yeah,
which
can go one of two ways.
Yes,
either he gets a reaction out of them, or he'll be on the duel soon.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Pochettino is the right man for Chelsea, to be fair, but are they going to give him the time is the question. There was some good. I thought they played well in the first half.
Oh, well, look at that! Yeah, we can see behind Duncan. There's an early goal. There's Craven Cottage.
I've got Wolves and the last man standing. That's a good start. Damn. shambles.
But it's just one of those things. If you look at it, yeah, there's a part of it where you're looking and going, if we can beat Man U, we've then got Everton, who, to be fair, at Goodison aren't really that good. Like, they seem to be better away from home than they are at home this season.
Well, yeah, I think the atmosphere kind of distracted them yesterday. To be honest, it was a bit insane. To be fair, like to hold up all the the pink cards and like I get it. They feel like they've been hard done by, but I don't think it helped the players on the field. To be honest,
There's
like,
a part of us where I'm going, look, if you need to be with anyone about your position,
it's probably the owners.
Have a go. Your owners don't have a go at that, and they're going, oh, well, this isn't about, we haven't exactly spent the money on transfer fees. I went, well, technically, it is part of that. Because if you hadn't spent all that money on transfer fees, then you wouldn't have then had the money that you would have been spending on the infrastructure aspect of it, of a new stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just those parts, and I'm just like, yes, I can understand the point of, well, hang on, I'm sure Man City's punishment has been a lot, but then you look at that and you're going, yeah, but they've got 115 charges.
Yeah, Man City's it's just going to take so much longer. This took a long time. They got charged all the way back in March. Do you know what I mean? This took a long time.
I think a lot of it was also the fact that, from my understanding, that Everton weren't really being very forthcoming and helpful with the independent panel that when they were investigating that. So I think that's probably, like, let's say, and I'm not going to say it, but Chelsea, let's say they were forthcoming and actually said, look, actually, this is what's happened, blah, 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 might have worked out a little bit better for them.
Yeah.
And I know people are having a criticism. I went, yeah, it's 10 points. Yeah, this is 10 points in a season that realistically you can avoid. You can take a 10-point hit and you should still be fine, Everton.
I think they've played pretty well this season, to be fair. They've looked pretty good. The Dyche has got them playing pretty well. Like it's like he's got them like playing like how we had effective Burnley playing. Like they're not the most pretty team to watch, but they get points. But no, they just get a lot of crosses into the box because they've got players in the box who can score from crosses. It's not, they play into their strengths. So I'm sure they'll be fine. I think fair play to Luton as well. Getting their first home win on Saturday, making it a bit, clearly making it a little bit harder. Unlike Sheffield United and Burnley, who already look relegated. So,
I think Sheffield United can sometimes like have fits and turns and that. They've looked good sometimes, but then not in others. Whereas Burnley are just like, nah.
They're trying to play like, I don't know, maybe they're just trying to, I think they're trying to stick to their principles too much almost. Like, I think sometimes you've got to maybe just recognize that it's not working and go back, maybe change it or something. But I don't know, Company's obviously got his idea and look, it worked really well in the Championship. But as you said, I think if Everton had been deducted 10 points in any other season, they'll have a much more, a worse chance of survival. But I think this year they'll probably be okay. But going there to be tough, I think, especially with the way the squad is at the moment. So, yeah.
Yeah, but at least we'll have Richie back available.
Yeah, Richie will be available in Craft as well, so that's fine.
I would just say, go on. Yeah, just send Richie on and just go on, like.
I loved that Richie, when Gordon scored, he just smashed the ball in the back of the net for no reason. He was he
does that?
Yeah, I know. I love him.
At least he didn't do his old fashioned like smacking the back of the head.
Yeah, the corner flag or whatever. Right? Oh, smacking the head. Yeah.
Yeah, because he always used to do that and that. Yeah. But nah, it's one of those ones where, yeah, I thought Chips had a good game as well.
Yeah, definitely.
And obviously, Big Al pointed that out.
Mm-hmm.
He has a good right back, and then Reece James, he has a shit right back.
Mm.
But we'll wrap it up there. What were you point in doing the score predictions, because you're both giving them earlier on in the broadcast there.
I'll say 3-1 PSG though. I didn't. We'll get a goal. We'll get our first Champions League away goal.
I'm going to go completely mad. I'm going to say 2-0 Newcastle, and I'm going to stick a tenner on it.
All right, there you go then. Fair enough.
Give me something to go there for.
Fair play.
Got me passport. I've got my Champions League top. I'm ready to go.
Oh, lovely. Class.
So let's go 2-0 Newcastle. Put your
Was
money
he-
on.
He doesn't have as far to go as the rest of the Newcastle United fans because he's in London already. He just needs to.
I was going to say it's quicker for me to get to Paris than it is when I come up for Newcastle from season ticket.
Yeah, I
So
thought it would be like.
this is like a home game, really.
Yeah.
Don't like you just wanted to go and see the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, I've been before. I'm not that impressed by it, but come on, let's go. First European away game ever at 42. So let's have it.
Class. Enjoy it, mate.
Cool.
Right, well, we'll just say good night and thank you for watching and fingers crossed for tomorrow.
Nice one.
See you later.